When Space Jam was originally shown in theaters of the United States of America in 1996, the film was a surprising success, considering the controversial circumstances which preceded its development, planning, and even filming. Now considered one of the main films of the mid-1990s, the legacy of the film had always had a premise of some sort of sequel, but the speculative scenario is this: what was the purpose of Space Jam: A New Legacy? The origins of Space Jam actually date back to roughly 1992 or 1993, when a series of commercials from the time made advertisements for Nike trainers with Michael Jordan on Bugs Bunny. At the time, there were divided opinions, with the Looney Tunes on Michael Jordan being together in any sort of media, eventually due in part to Michael Jordan being one of the most well-known American athletes in the world at the time a film was eventually conceived of. Due to the premise of the film, actors refused to be associated with the movie, and it took a fair amount of time to assemble the final cast for the feature. After its release, Space Jam did far better in the theaters than any of the critics expected. Audiences were neutral to slightly accepting Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan. In the time since the film's release, opinions of it have become slightly neutral due to the very premise of the film. From information now known, executives from Warner Brothers actually desired a sequel to the film to have originally been made shortly after the success of the film in 1996, but Michael Jordan quickly refused to be associated with any future projects with the Looney Tunes due to the problems he had with retiring from basketball, as with his other failed ventures into related sports of the time. Critics later mentioned that one of the reasons why the original Space Jam was so successful was because Michael Jordan was at the peak of his popularity within the United States. The film was a calculated decision by all involved. The success of the sequel could or not be possible in the way of the original Space Jam. Nostalgia was also an important part of A New Legacy, as that was one of the reasons why LeBron James, another American athlete, agreed to be associated with the film. Online discussions hardened that many aspects of the film were indeed relating to nostalgia, but also imperative of social and political concerns of the early 2020s. The title of the film was originally Space Jam 2, again because of nostalgia, but was eventually retitled Space Jam: A New Legacy, to be a separate film in its own right, but to more importantly be a continuation of the mid-1990s film. Other notable changes to characters in A New Legacy were for Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam, and their correlation to guns, due in part to the normalization of mass shootings and gun-related violence in the United States of America. Also, the appearance of Lola Bunny drastically changed from the original Space Jam to A New Legacy. Such was intentional, and audiences actually did not like that because it changed the appearance or even depiction of such an important character from the original film. The film's release year of 2021 was also during the COVID-19 pandemic of the early 2020s, which devastated the United States of America, as many were not able to see the film or did not want to see the movie due to fears of contracting the virus. Finally, after the film was released, all of the mentioned details and more contributed to the lackluster reception received from critics and audiences. Joe Picchia, the director of the original film, became a fierce critic of A New Legacy and made complaints about the film, from its self-censorship to the unavoidable comparisons between LeBron James to Michael Jordan.